Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Thursday night at Space Ape. It is lovely to have you guys. I know we started slightly behind, but we didn't actually because we were just... Hey, it's been fun. We were testing out streaming on social media, so streaming on Periscope and on Facebook, just to let people know that the stream was happening so they could come join us. Yeah, so that was fun for me anyways.
We suffered through it, but it was okay.
Yeah, I forced them. Oh no.
No, you're good. You're good. That was.
What's that?
Oh no, you're not good. I thought it was.
Doesn't make sense. Okay.
So both of you managed to get your audio.
Yeah, sorry, both of us managed to get our audio in there. Just wanted to hear my voice like 800 times.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, so today we are going to chat about this weekend's Kingdom event. We will chat about Easter a little bit. We'll give you a little sneak peek of the Easter stuff that's coming up, which is really, really cool. Pretty excited about. And for any of you Siege fans out there, we're also going to just give you a rundown of Apocalypse Yow, the third, or maybe it's just number 3. I don't know exactly.
Did you just say the third and put up 2 fingers?
No.
That's 2 fingers.
I did this. There's my
The
phone.
thumb is not a finger.
Okay.
Are you from one of the parts of the world which like 3 is this? Because to me, that's 3.
That's awkward.
What's 3 to you?
So, we're American though.
Yeah, Americans do this.
Okay,
This
well,
is
I'm
3.
not American,
1,
so.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, whatever.
It's interesting. Well, it's interesting because anyways.
I don't know
Is
if it's
this
that
one to you?
interesting. What?
Yeah, do you do
This
one?
is 1.
So what? So what is it? Is 1, 2?
3.
No. What? You go one direction and then the other direction and then back the other direction?
1, 2. Oh no, I'd be 1. Okay, if I'm counting down, I'd be like 1, 2, 3. If it's like no, just the 1, I'd be like this. And if it's like no, there's
See?
2, 3. These ones are awkward to use. The last 2, so I will use them last.
Okay, so for now on, I'm going 2 whenever I'm with Dad. I'll be like, just the second.
Yeah, you can if you want. Fine with that.
This kind of looks like a rude gesture, but it's not. Doesn't that look like a rude
In
gesture?
some country it probably is.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyways, you're gonna kill us if we keep talking about fingers. Yeah, we know that's not interesting. That wasn't like a bit that we practiced. Oh, see, the thumb is a finger. Somebody, thank you, Henry. Yeah. Anyways, thanks to you guys for joining. I think we've got Aerospace and Bax. The regular guys were Henry. Hello. Axel, nice of you to join us. Haven't seen you in a little while. So yeah. Oh, Terrafina, I remember you from last time as well. Anyways, yeah, thanks to all you guys who regularly tune in. It's always a pleasure. And then the last thing we're going to do to embarrass me, because the whole company did, we'll show you some memes that these guys made of me during my work day a couple of days ago, because I looked like a psychedelic hippie hobo person, and one person made a meme and then the whole company started making memes. Yes. So you get to see some of those. But anyways, I know you guys are anxious to talk about Kingdom event and stuff like that, so you can start with that.
Okay, this weekend we're focusing on Valora, who is our lovely ancient, modeled after the, abrasive Vicky. Valora is actually really cool. She has...
Actually, I think I'm on the wrong environment for this. Keep talking.
Just distracting me and throwing me off. Valora is really cool. She's got some neat spells. The first spell is you can kind of control your troops and targeting. The second spell allows you to evade damage and has a really big heal. And the third spell is a large dealing of damage. And the damage dealt actually scales quite a bit, but it's kind of that second spell, which is her bread and butter. So Vicky Ancient will be available through Kingdom event. We'll be having some various tiers and a leaderboard component. She should be pretty easily attainable for most kingdoms that want to participate in the event at a low or medium level. And then if you want to go further and ascend her to rare or epic, then you can complete the totalizer of the tier event. And if you really want Vicky to be legendary, then you can participate in the leaderboard. We'll be tying Vicky in with some Lost Soul boosters, which could help you along the way. Yeah.
Sorry for going black there for a second. It's just a new iPad we're connecting. There you go.
Well, what am I showing now?
Oh, sorry. We were going to show the event.
Ah.
There you go.
Yeah. But to be in a kingdom.
Weird. This iPad is different.
What have you guys done?
What's that?
Which environment is this?
It's this is content.
Okay.
Yes. Why?
Because, yeah, things to start. What are you doing?
Do you want me to come back to this?
I'm just showing my incompetence in using an iPad. That's all.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Shall I?
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun.
There it is. I just saw it. No.
What have I managed to do? I think I just managed to create 2 kingdoms.
I'm not sure what Andrew just did, but I
Anyways.
think he just created a bunch of kingdoms.
Yes, I did. Anyway, so
yeah.
now you can actually see the prizes. Sorry. This is what happens
It's been
when
a long
we
day.
go to a
It's been
different
a long day.
environment.
But on an upside, the internet's working today.
So far. Jinx.
Oh, you weren't here last week. Last week was a horror show.
You broke it?
No, I didn't break it. It was already broken.
So, anyways, back to the point. So, down at the lower end of the tiers, we have some gold, some death primus, some malice chests, and you can work your way up, get some of those nice mithril shards, which are becoming ever so present in the crafting, in the alchemy hut, which we'll be using more and more of in the future. And of course, you can unlock Valora. If you continue up, there's some battle stones and her first ascension material, the Shadowkit dagger. We have a bronze statue chest in there, some mithril, and the second Shadowkit dagger. And if you really want a legendary Valora, you can push further for the Deathless Poison. If you want to read Valora's story, some of these will make a bit more. The names of the ascension materials make a bit more sense. She has a really cool story. It's actually we took some things that Vicky gave us for the art prompt quite literal. I think the prompt was something like, "I want to be a cat."
What?
And so originally she was supposed to be like, someone feline-esque, like with catty characteristics.
Right.
But
Yes.
in the end, she actually got a real tail.
Uh-huh.
And that's explained in the story. But she's actually she's pretty badass, actually. And her spells are quite good. So, especially her second spell. Very good. It falls in line with the current meta. So her second spell gives you... makes you untargetable by defenses, and then gives you a nice large heal at the end. So that's kind of where we're at with some of the higher tiers, where mithril is so impactful that you kind of need to avoid a lot of the damage in order to defeat some of the higher 15s and 16s. So she should be pretty relevant and quite fun to play.
Sounds cool.
Yep.
And if you want to see what she plays like, you can always go watch our little ancient preview, which
Yes.
is on our YouTube channel now.
Yes, we had the news feed up for that, but it should be down now, I believe. So yeah, you'd have to check out our YouTube channel.
Yeah, do it. Some of you are on YouTube now, so you'd do it whilst you're... No, actually don't.
They
Watch
would
this
have
instead.
to open another tab anyways.
Actually, yeah, you can
So-
open another tab. There we go. Yes, okay. So I know some people have questions they're anxious for us to chat about. Sorry, I am, by the way, manning modding by myself tonight, so I'm switching between the 2 different channels, so if you feel like I'm not listening to you or I'm missing something, that's why, 'cause I'm hopping back and forth, so just have patience
Could you take the iPad off for a bit so I can change environment?
for my slow, typey fingers. Yep,
Thank you.
you can. Okay. Hey guys, can you salute army? Salute army? Not sure. But hi, salute to army? I'm not really
Whoa,
sure.
where?
Can you salute army? Rephrase your question.
We will try our best when we understand what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's get to some of those questions. Or, Tony, you had said that there is a newsfeed going out. Should we talk about the main points of that, or would you rather take some questions and then talk about the main points?
Sure. I think in general there's obviously a lot of conversations happening in this community, including what I see on chat. And we really appreciate all the feedback. It's been really valuable for us. Really, without your feedback, Rival Kingdom wouldn't be where it is today. And it happens to be that a lot of the things that you guys have been talking about lately are things we've been working on. So we've been hearing these things since probably January, February. And the last few months, we've actually been working on some solutions. And the recent developments have made it more clear that we need to start rolling them out in a more urgent manner. So they're cool new things. So there'll be more information for you guys to see soon in news feeds within the game. But we want to talk about some of these recent developments. So the first is, we're trying to address some issues around event cadence, the ability to obtain ancients and ascension materials outside of very competitive environments such as leaderboards, and the ability to obtain ancients that were in previous events, and so on and so forth. So we're hearing you guys loud and clear, and this is not the first time it's been brought up. So we actually started on this solution quite a long time ago. The first part of that is you guys have all noticed the Alchemy Workshop, and the Alchemy Workshop is probably utilized at 2% of what we want it to be in terms of the capabilities of what it's supposed to do. So first and foremost, in the next release, we added the ability to start crafting recipes repeatedly. So right now you have Mithril that can be crafted once. A lot of people are asking what's going to happen after I craft all those recipes. So we have a solution for that. We'll have recraftable recipes, and that'll be out very soon. And another more important part of Alchemy Hut is how it's going to be integrated with events in the future. So ascension materials, a large part of how you obtain them, we're thinking will be through our crafting system. So imagine a scenario where you participate in an event, and during that event you get some type of currency or crafting material. And with that crafting material, you can go into an alchemy workshop, and there'll be various options of things you can craft, from very recent Evo mats to some of the previous evolution materials as well. So one thing that's interesting about this is that you will be able to participate in an event, and even if you're not at the top tier of leaderboard, for example, you can accrue this event currency over time and eventually get to what you want. So there's always a way for you to make progress towards the things that you really want in the game, and it's not going to be something we make highly exclusive to a one single weekend event. So that's kind of our thinking for a long-term solution. We'll start planting the seeds of that very soon, and you guys should start seeing events where these things start to take place. So that helps with a few things. Sometimes you might feel very strong pressure to play an event one weekend because you're afraid to miss out on something, but we hope to provide opportunities for you to make progress to get to those things, even if you aren't able to make a full hard push on a certain weekend. So Alchemy Workshop, more details will come up about that. We're working on the design right now, and long term we hope to have a more elegant solution that's both fair to the people that can have a lot of time at certain weekends, but some people that on some weekends don't have the time will still be able to chip away at obtaining the really valuable things within the game. So that's the first part. Second is cadence. So that's kind of the soft science of what we do, is kind of trying to understand the cadence that people want. Obviously, we probably read too much into the survey results that say Kingdom events are the most popular or most appreciated, enjoyed type of events. So we certainly have ways to make them less frequent, and we'll definitely take that into account. Looking over the past 5 weeks, we've had one kind of Kingdom leaderboard event with the traditional legendary ascension material. Once per 5 weeks, we feel like is once per month is probably roughly the right cadence, so we'll try to maintain that. We do realize recently they might feel like there's been more pressure around the recent events. So we're definitely looking to that. Next week we do have a very light Easter egg event, and that's going to be around using the gifting feature. And you'll be able to gift Easter egg chests to your friends. You don't need to use IAP for that, so it'll be all in-game free currency that you guys use. And what you do with these eggs is you'll be able to craft a booster. a golden
We can
egg
show
booster.
some of that,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, we'll be able to in a sec.
Yeah.
Yep, we're all ready.
So we'll go over that in just one second. We're also, with previous event ancients, we're going to find a way to bring them back into the game very soon as well. So there's the Bane Maws and other people that were very linked to previous events. We'll try to make them more accessible from this point on. And
Someone said, Darren Ranged asked a question next week.
yeah.
That's it. So
Which question was that?
all right. So the question was, I was trying to be mysterious, not allowed. So as Tony was just mentioning, our first step to bringing back some of the older ancients in a more up-to-date fashion will be to add all of the previously released ancients to the rare ancient chest. And we're currently working on revamping that ancient chest in the shop that's been there since the start. It's going to get a new look. It's going to get some new content. And we're going to be keeping that up to date more often. So when, for example, Valora is coming out this weekend, so you could expect to see Valora added to the rare ancient chest in a few weeks after that. And we'll be keeping that up in the future.
Yep. And the last thing we will mention, again, these will be on the in-game news feed soon. We are also looking at new reward types. So I kind of want to keep that close to the vest a little bit to maintain the mystery. But imagine your wildest dragon dreams is all I'll say. Let your imagination take it from there. But at the end of the day, we're listening to the feedback, and not only are we listening to the most recent feedback, this is stuff that has been very top of mind for us for the past few months and we've been trying to solve. Unfortunately, we do have a bit of a long dev cycle that makes it so we can't turn things around immediately, but hopefully this solution is an elegant solution, and we'll be putting around surveys and so forth just to make sure that what we built is actually matching to some of the concerns. But we have talked to a lot of key a lot of players that have been playing RK for a long time, and it seems like this solution does kind of accommodate what the core sentiment is at the moment. So it'll be out there soon, so definitely within the next month you'll start seeing interesting new things. And just hope it's exciting for you guys as it is for us. And again, very soon. And hopefully, if that works, that'll be the model we go with in the future.
Yeah. I would just re-emphasize a bit of what Tony said about how it takes time. So I remember for a long time we were asked for edit mode, and then we got it done, but it had to be released in the next version. So there's always a staggered delay on what we hear and what you will see and what we're working on. So right now, a lot of concerns over Ascension materials, and Alchemy Workshop was actually quite a large task. So what we decided to do was break it up into, I guess it's been over 3 sprints now, where we've taken this and we built it, made sure it worked on Mithril. Then we added some single craftable recipes, and now we're moving into repeatable recipes and Ascension materials. So we're always listening, and we're often working on things in response to your comments, but it's all going to be staggered off by 1 to 2 months just because it takes time to listen, design, and build. We want to show Easter?
Yeah. Let's show some Easter and the Alchemy Workshop that Tony was talking about a little bit. So reach.
Okay.
And
Am I already set up? Are we on?
what's that? No, you're not on.
She hands me the iPad. We're not even on. She's too busy moderating.
I was still reading comments. I mean, I like to keep track if there's any questions and stuff. Okay, so we're gonna show you some of that. By the way, they are giving you mad props, Tony, for your thorough reply. And like Tony said, we definitely appreciate your feedback all the time, and we hope that you guys appreciate that we appreciate your feedback.
And just remember, the things you tell us today, we'll take in, and they might not come immediately, but it'll take some time, but we'll
Exactly.
we'll try to prioritize and get the right things fixed.
We can never do it all. Yeah. There's so many things we want to do. If we have all the things that you want to do too,
then there just wouldn't be a game anymore. Probably.
We would also not be allowed to sleep or go home.
Yeah.
Not that we really go home.
You can already tell he's kind of tired.
We don't really go home much yet anyways. So.
It's true.
I always wanted to I keep forgetting I need to write she's holding me prisoner on the back of my notes and flash it.
Yeah.
Oh look, we're in game.
Yeah, we are. We have been.
So, in the battle boost section of the Alchemy Hut, we'll be adding some additional crafting recipes. These are some golden egg recipes, and they will be made up of various colored eggs. And the eggs will be acquired by gifting to friends. So you can't really just go out and buy them. You'll have to gift them to each other. So you have to be nice. It's also an expansion. When we rolled out the first variation of the gifting feature, the first feedback was, will we ever be able to buy anything without cash? And here's your answer. Yes, you will. So we're going to play around with this event, and we really like the gifting feature. We think it's quite fun. So in the future, we'd like to tie it into more events in a similar means. So if you guys enjoy the Easter event where you get to gift each other colored eggs and craft golden eggs, let us know, and we will definitely try to roll this into future events. So the golden eggs are crafted by acquiring various colored eggs, and which we receive from gifting. And I wasn't here when they designed the golden egg boost. So let's see what the boost does. Fallen troops rewind time by 5 seconds plus 15 mana. That's really interesting. What is that gonna do? Fallen troops rewind time by 5 seconds.
Ooh.
That's. I'm gonna have to play with that. I'm kind of interested. That's an intriguing one. So, yeah, it should be fun. It's going to be pretty low intensity. You guys can just kick back with your kingdom, throw out some gifts, have some fun with it, and let us know what you think of the gifting.
I like it. Dexion has a personal question asking, Alchemy Workshop, was that a community contribution / feedback? The reason I'm asking is that I was the one that posted about Alchemy back 2 months ago.
It's pretty funny. We had the concepts for some form of crafting from a while back. I think Andrew said he proposed it when he first started.
Yeah,
Space Ape.
when I joined, I think it would have been in September 2015 that I was like, hey, we should do crafting. So we had a spec for a long time, and it got a bit sidelined. So then when Tony came back on, he was just, new guy. I took advantage of the new guy. We just kind of pushed the crafting agenda.
You're like, this was a priority before you got
Yeah,
here,
this was like Joe's number one priority. It's just like we always had all these other things. And, being good guy Tony, he was like, yeah, let's get it done. Originally, we sidelined it because we had bigger issues at the time to try and address, some other things that we wanted to add. And then when Tony came on board, we're looking at, we see this issue of, big, super valuable items needing to be broken into pieces so that they're more obtainable and we can distribute them in different ways. So then we decided to go forward with it, and Tony you made the spec. Yep. And then, there it is.
We made the spec, and I think literally 2 days after, our artist was looking for inspiration on alchemy, and she sent us your link. So and it went all around, and people were questioning where I got the idea from.
If you were the one who posted in the forum, was it a forum?
Yeah, I think it went in many places. It was in Reddit and.
There was an excellent post, and we were like, yes, we agree, and that's why we're making it. So that was a really good post, though.
Yeah, I was like, see, we should be doing this. after we saw.
I think that happens a lot. It's like you guys have these great ideas, and sometimes we have the same ideas because we're like, that would be great, and other times you guys give us inspiration, which is really, really cool. So
you write great specs, by the way. You have a potential career as a game designer, I think, in some shape or form. It's really good.
Les Liver is asking, are you doing anything to help new kingdoms gain new players? Doesn't seem to be a good way to do this.
That was on the list. We did those kingdom changes make? There were some with the character. Did we get those out and hide them? Or? Man, we talk about so many things. Charmy, before she left, she had this laundry list of things she wanted to do for the kingdom to help improve communication between kingdoms, communication of recruiting, and just making sure things work. For example, you might notice that your kingdoms no longer have Kingdom League streaks. That's because Kingdom League streaks haven't worked ever, and we were like, well, let's remove them if they don't work. At the same time, the kingdom messages for recruiting should be longer. There are some other lists, but we didn't get around to all of it.
Yeah, I think we got some of it done. There'll be some in this next release, which is coming in the next couple of weeks. We did improve the ability to send recruitment requests to other players. So you can now, if you go visit any kingdom and you're a king or lord, there will be a recruit button there. You hit it, and they'll get a message in their chat directly from that point. So it'll be an really easy and streamlined recruitment flow to help with that. And I think we did bump up the description, the kingdom description text length as well.
Yeah.
That should be in there too.
We wanted to make sure you had enough to put in there, like what your kingdom's kind of about, and then some contact information if you wanted to use some other place to discuss things. I think one thing that we've talked about in the past and that we could use is a more like passive form of recruiting, like saying we are looking for people, but that ends up being a bit like much larger because we have to build a whole new feature around that rather than saying, okay, let's make an improvement to the recruiting existing feature.
Bax was saying, if purchased random chests always gave some fixed event currency in addition to low chance for ancients, that would avoid the hideous frustration of spending big bucks and getting nothing.
I would agree, Bax. My concern there is that we would then get a lot of pay to win in response. We've definitely thought about, we have the capability to put, all right, I'm going to share something. We had this really cool event idea, and it was very hacky. It was like, I saw the system, I was like, I think we can do this. And we tested it, and we found a problem. So we couldn't do it because it would have been a big buggy. So then we fixed it, tested it, found another issue. And we did this multiple iterations. Me and Steven are just like, we want to try this event so bad. And it's basically very similar to what you're talking about, having event currency in a chest. And when we ran the JLIC event last week, it was actually supposed to be this event format. And we found, unfortunately, a last-minute issue, and we couldn't run this. So really disappointing. But actually, I mean, I think there is merit to putting event currency in a chest in some form. My worry would be that if we attach it to an existing chest, then we might get concerns of, making it too pay to win. So, yeah, we're thinking about it. We really want to run this event. But yeah, noted.
Some people are asking about Relic Wars. One, when it's starting for real, and also if it's going to be opened up to more than a small number of kingdoms.
Yes, and soon. So Relic Wars just ended today. Thank you to everyone who participated in Relic Wars beta. We really appreciate it. We know that it was like, we had a lot of feedback from players. Like, some players loved it, some players are okay about it. We know that it's actually quite intense. So we got some feedback from some top VIPs who were just like, it's really intense. You have to think and strategy and make sure you have the right ancients. And if you use the wrong ancient ones, you're just like, But we really appreciate everyone who tested it and helped us find problems and issues with it, and especially a huge thanks to everyone who filled out the survey. It was really valuable information for us. So Relic Wars beta ended today, and we are hoping to have it out soon, within a couple of weeks. There's definitely some discussion because what you guys saw was 2 relics, and we have a whole lot more of them in our back pocket. So what we do want to put more out there so that more of Astara can participate in Relic Wars, but we need to make sure that we do this in the right amount and that they're at the right settings. And so taking the information we got from watching you guys play Relic Wars and the feedback from the survey, we're going to take a couple of weeks to tweak it and get it out live. That being said, I'm of the hope that we can get out sooner rather than later because I think it's awesome. And I think that more people who get to play this format where you have to choose your ancient and be like more strategic, I think it's nothing but good for the community because everyone is going to become a little more strategic, a little more involved in their ancients. We got some feedback just really recently that, the person participating in Relic Wars forced them to go back and play other ancients and learn how to use them. And they acknowledged the fact that they had just passed over this ancient, and we're saying like it was quite fun to kind of rediscover how to play the ancients, and we think that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And some people are asking about Golgog and him being nerfed.
Yep. So I mean, Golgog, he's overpowered right now. We wanted to bring him into the game because no one played with Golgog. We went a bit too far, and we've tried once to subtly bring him in line with where he should be, his power. We don't want to just nerf stick him into the ground so that nobody plays him. So we're trying to do small incremental adjustments. So there are some more coming out to GoGog, and we'll keep an eye on it. Again, we don't want anyone to not be able to play GoGog after these. So we just want him to be a little more challenging.
Some people are asking about the number of stones decreasing in a chest.
Yep. So it's interesting when you're as a product owner, we kind of analyze our economy all the time. And one of the interesting things that happened once we supported battle stones in the inventory is that that bundle went from probably the 5th best performing one to just shooting up the chart with everyone buying it. And as a result, it seems like people are not buying anything else. So it's kind of more of like an economics exercise where if that starts happening, you almost have to either adjust the value of everything else in your economy or try to do something to make it work. So it's one of the steps we should have taken early on with the inventory adjustment. And it feels probably a bit late to be doing that, but when you see that people are just not buying anything else in the game, you kind of have to react to that because it kind of devalues every single other thing in the game at this point. So it's an unfortunate thing we had to do, but it's one of those things that we probably should have done with the when we made the inventory change, but we did not anticipate it. So it kind of just broke our economy and a lot of things we try to do and balance in our game. So unfortunately, we had to make that change.
Sorry, some people are asking about Arena.
What about Arena?
I think was it the new Arena season?
Every week. All right, I'll just
keep asking.
I don't know if it.
Right?
I always wonder, is it the same guy every week, or is it someone new? If it's someone new, it's fine. If it's the same guy,
I think it's someone new.
Arena season. So when we originally designed Arena season, we had some very clear goals in mind, and unfortunately, Arena season hasn't lived up to those expectations. And so, really, the objective of Arena season is to engage players in Arena seasons, like to make that a very specific goal that this is what they want to participate in. And what we found was that players weren't doing this really; they were just participating in Arena seasons while doing everything else incidentally. As a result, Arena season didn't fulfill its objectives. So we've decided to put the next season on hold while we try to figure out a way that we could make it meet these objectives. Unfortunately, we haven't quite nailed that. And in the meantime, we've been trying to address some other bigger issues. So unfortunately, it looks like Arena season will be on hold while we try and roll out, we want to perfect the crafting. We want to get out some other really cool features like Tony hinted at.
Doing a lot of winking tonight.
That was the first time I winked. Who else winked?
No. You, in particular, doing a lot of winking.
Did I? Thought
yeah, earlier you were like, I can't wink, so I can't do it.
You can't wink?
No, I don't know how.
You don't know how? You close one eye.
I know, I can't move them independently of each other.
This explains so much. There's something in there wired wrong. But yeah, yes, we would like to run more Arena seasons, but it does need to perform to some expectations. So, in the future, hopefully we can, because we'd love to have it in our repertoire of events and things, but yeah.
Red Devil Brotherhood is asking, adding new languages to the game, for example, the Czech language. I think for now, there are no plans.
No, languages are difficult. It seems quite simple, but if, for example, we were to do a whole new language, there are hundreds of thousands of words in the game. And you don't realize it playing it, but if we did bring on a new translator, they would have to spend like a month just doing the initial translation. Yeah. And, translators are actually quite expensive if you want to keep them on hand. And we keep our translators super busy. But there's always, there's difficulties finding good translators, and there's also difficulties on justifying costs. Mm-hmm.
I think not only that, but because it's a live game and there's always new content coming,
yes,
that means
even
our
more translations
are constantly being updated. and we always have to basically QA all the new strings of text. And it's, I mean, right now, I don't know how many people work under. Kidong is our localization manager, and he has got many people working under him to make sure that, all the different languages get proper localization.
Yeah.
And we always actually send out surveys and stuff in game to see.
There's one running right now.
Job. Yeah, there's one
if you
running right now.
If you're not a native, if you're not playing on English, and you see the localization survey, Kidong would really appreciate it if you took that survey and let him know how his localization team is doing.
Exactly.
To kind of settle the point on earlier, there's also a technical difficulty because some languages don't follow the same rules. There was a lot of discussion in the gaming industry kind of going, well, at least with my friends have told me they're also talking about this, is translating their games into Arabic, which goes the other direction from English. And there's some technical difficulties with that, even though the Arabic market is actually quite large. But then you're thinking of justifying the language from the other direction. So there's some technical difficulties. Oh, and the worst one, I had this when I was working in Germany, is finding really good native speakers who also speak good English. We had a really hard time finding a Turkish translator because a lot of the Turkish in Berlin are second or third generation, and they speak kind of like a local version of Turkish. Right. And we had to find someone from Turkey who studied English, and it was very difficult.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I used to do German translation here, so when I first got here, and I know it was hard to find people, definitely, even to like replace me. So it's not, it ain't easy, those languages. But yeah, good question.
Someone did ask, you said when Charmy left.
Yeah.
I got confused by that.
Yes, Charmy is gone. Mitchell is her replacement.
Have
we not? I think we've done this. This person might have missed a couple of streams. I'm sorry.
But Charmy is still at Space Ape. So
yes.
One interesting thing about Space Ape is they allow people to rotate across projects and stuff like that. So it happens to be that Charmy's time is focused on other projects within Space Ape. Cool, new, exciting stuff. But yeah, that's just how it is. But we'll have her guest star.
Whenever she walks too close to us and we're streaming, we still drag her onto the stream. We're like, look, it's Charmy. She's still here. But yeah.
Oh crap! Sorry, I had one up here, but Kara Style is saying not specifically arena seasons, more that above 6.3k easy opponents are hard, and hard opponents just don't exist.
Yes. So we've talked about this in the past. That is kind of just if you're on the top, who's hard to you? So that's kind of just an issue that is fundamentally falls out of how Arena works. We are actually looking at it right now, but as always, things come and go. No guarantees, no promises. We're aware of it. I think Andy is looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're looking at it actively, but it might just be a difficult thing to solve because when you're at the top, man.
Good job, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have any hard opponents, that means you are the hard opponent.
Yeah, exactly. You're everyone's worst nightmare.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Someone else might chase up to you.
Exactly.
There's a funny one. Was a Space Ape logo illustrated based on someone from the team? I swear I've seen someone who looked like that on one of the streams. Is that me?
I
don't know. It can't be me.
I don't know.
I'm pretty new.
So.
I'm not sure who that would be, but...
Wait, no, isn't that Albert?
Yeah, maybe you're talking about our 8
Yeah,
Albert. It's possible. We should bring him on the stream as well. It's possible.
If he's not drunk. Albert's always drunk.
He's always on something. Bandito66 is asking, the Relic Wars beta showed that strong kingdoms will not bid for the best relics if the same kingdom always wins. So the strong kingdoms will go for the lower relics, which will demotivate other kingdoms. Do you plan to eliminate / rework the bidding system?
Not at this time. So what we want to do with the bidding system is give you guys some self-determination in this. So the goal is that there will be many more relics. So I have to emphasize this. The test was 2 very specifically because we wanted to hone in and really narrow it down, sort of get some clear data points for the test. If we had launched all the relics of the test, the data would be kind of all over the place. So we really wanted to focus on 2 relics during the test. So once it goes live, there will be more, and they'll be in different kind of categories. And if I see like Hoplite or Dragon Slayers going after the books when we launch all the awesome relics that you guys haven't seen, I would be genuinely shocked. Like, that means we need to fix something. But there will be some more really awesome relics, and I think those guys are really going to want to go for them. So we will have to release the next iteration of Relic Wars, keep an eye on it. If this is a persistent problem, then we'll have to do some tweaks. Luckily, the Relic Wars system is designed really well, and we can add more relics. We can adjust them, play around with all kinds of values. So if we find that, that kingdoms that don't have above Stronghold 10 can never do anything and they're really upset, there are possibilities to, say, introduce a relic for kingdoms in that range. But right now, we do want to leave the self kind of regulation and determination to the players and let you guys kind of figure out how it works and where you want to bid, and then we'll see what falls out of that, especially with your feedback.
Aerospace is asking, what sort of time frame before you raise the mithril cap? Also, hi, Biochemicals. Nice to see you again.
That's my stalker.
What?
Biochemicals.
Oh, Biochemicals. Well, I don't know. He didn't say hi to you, Andrew, or she.
Ouch.
Yeah. Said he was looking for BJ and then said, hi, Dad. Long time no see. No mention of Andrew. What's up with that, Biochemicals? Am I your new favorite?
All right, let's not provoke Biochemicals into responding.
Let's do.
Wasn't there another question?
Yeah, I just said aerospace. What sort of the mithril cap time frame?
Mithril cap. So the mithril cap, what we're looking at is for a certain amount of players to reach the cap before we raise it. If not enough players have reached the cap, if we raise it, it's just going to feel like we've moved the finish line before you've gotten there. So the goal with mithril has always been that we set a cap, we allow players to naturally raise up towards that cap, and when enough players are at the cap, we would increase it. If we increase it before enough players are at the cap, you're going to feel like, I was just about to, and then they move the finish line. And we also want to give a period where some of the players who are a bit farther behind have a bit of a catch-up time, so that when we do raise the cap, they're a little more on even footing with mithril from the guys who've been playing longer. Of course, we realize that this means that a brand new player is going to feel even farther behind, but there will be, with the introduction of crafting and mithril shards, and in the future we'll be rolling out more and more mithril. We hope that they can keep in mind that because they did start later, it's natural that they would be farther behind. But for our current players, we want to give you guys a bit of a catch-up time before we raise the cap. Get those dodgy statues, man.
A lot of people are asking about Zilla.
Zilla? What about Zilla?
They're saying that there's a bug on her.
The third. So I believe what this is. Don't hold me 100% to this because I haven't investigated it myself personally, but we've had this in the past with Zilla's third spell, where she has there's a graphical glitch that appears with her third spell where you don't see the frozen effect, and there may be some animation that play when they shouldn't, but previously when this happened, it still prevented the damage. We're definitely aware of this because we get this in our customer support email the last couple mornings. We'll put it on Alex's plate when he has some time. He's been dealing with some other bigger issues right now. Gogog! And
he's been ill.
Yeah, Alex has been quite sick, so we haven't been pushing him too hard. We don't want to kill Alex, otherwise we'd have to do all his work.
True. Then we'd never get him back to us. That's the only reason.
The most selfish reason ever. No, of course not. But yeah, so we'll take a look at it. It's on the list of things to do. But I'm hoping it is just the issue we've seen in the past, which is more of a graphical display issue rather than a functionality issue. And
some people are asking about Zemo.
Zemo.
When's Zemo making an appearance?
I don't know why people ask about Zemo so much, but it's because we added him. It's like if the little gray icon's there for too long, they start to get
what's
antsy.
What's happening? Where is he? Why is he coming in?
So to be really blunt, Zemo's being held back because he's a bit of an underwhelming ancient at the moment, and so we've seen the feedback. We know that some players weren't satisfied with Wukong, and part of this is kind of the metagame that's being set by Golgog right now. So we don't want to release Zemo right now and just have everyone be disappointed that they got Zemo. So we want to put Zemo back on the table for balancing his skills and making sure they are up to the current meta, and then we'll release him. So it's based on feedback, based on perception that he's a bit too weak. So
they're saying it's not a graphical issue, that the third spell doesn't last as long as it should. So if it is not, then if you guys haven't, make sure that you send in a ticket to support because as I like to say every week, that's the best way for us to actually find out where there's a problem and if it's connected to a device, etc. We'll get all your info that way. So make sure that you go in-game and hit support, hit contact and then hit support, and then tell us what the problem is that you're experiencing. And especially if a lot of you send in the same bug, then it'll be really easy for us to sort of trace the problem of it that way.
Yeah, that's a little different than what we've seen in the reports. So yeah, we'll have to take a look.
Brilliant 12B. Can we do normal kingdom raids with one ancient per battle? So I think that's a similar mechanic to what Relic Wars is.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's popular, so we're actually exploring other formats. We'd like to keep Kingdom Reigns the way it is right now because it's really a popular event for people. So we are talking about other interesting ways for people to experiment with all their ancients. We got really good feedback from Relic Wars on that, so it'll be interesting to play around with different angles on that.
Okay.
Is that question mark? You want to answer the question, or were you confused?
No, that was me being confused.
Okay, well, I can't unconfuse you with the stream on.
Okay.
Unless you want to just answer the question.
I just didn't know if you would like to answer the question.
We can answer that question.
I just didn't know what it meant, to be honest. So I was like, what's that mean?
Who was it, so we give them credit?
So from Noxangst, how are you guys working to balance out the power creep? And I was like, what's the power creep?
So, Deb, in video games,
tell me what the
power creep is when things get increasingly stronger over time. So, for example, if we were power creeping ancients would get much stronger and defenses would stay the same. This would mean that everyone would plow through defenses. If we power creep defenses and left ancients, no one could win.
Got it.
So it's actually quite a delicate balance. Unfortunately, right now, there's a couple ancients that kind of break this balance. And we're focusing on them first. So the first step is that we want to bring these ancients back in line and make sure that their win rates are where they should be. And this is especially looking at Golgog. That is part of, we'll be doing some defense changes. Nothing huge. One is some changes to mithril and buff on certain buildings, and some other changes, improvements to the flare tower. But they're not going to be like what we're trying to do these days is make small changes and not big changes. This is also something we got some feedback on today: is don't change everything at once. I think that's feedback to when we did all those ancient buffs, which is actually where Golgog happened. So yeah, we're making some small changes to defenses, as well as trying to bring some of the top winning ancients down a bit. And then once we kind of reach the equilibrium we're looking for, we can start to determine which is going to go up or down in the future. But right now, there's definitely some issues with the equilibrium, so we need to reach balance first.
So people are asking whether it's too early to ask about Stronghold 17.
Yes. Too soon.
Too soon.
There's a question from D3 Zion. For Kingdom Raids, is there any intention to fix the current streaks and longest streaks in the Kingdom profile? So in our next release, you'll notice that we actually took those out, and we talked to our server developers, and they told us that was never built, slightly embarrassingly. So for now, we're taking it out, and it may eventually get on the roadmap that we add it back in, but yeah, you're not going to see those persistent zeros anymore. But yeah, just to be completely transparent. So yeah, maybe revisit in the future if it is a popular community demand.
Girl on Girl's asking if I ever take off my hat. I do, and I said when I shower. But, yeah.
Whenever she takes off her hat, we all regret it. You don't want to know what's under there.
No, I've got like a whole family of mice living under here.
A family of mice.
Yeah.
Let's start the meme.
Am I bald? No. Here we go. There's my hair. Ooh, happy? It's a bit of a mess now.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Nothing
girl
but
on girl.
regret.
What's that?
Nothing but regret that she did that.
I know, nothing but regret. See, it's going back on. Anyways.
Shall we get to the Deb meme?
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, right. Yeah, we are pretty much out of time. So this is some fun to end on, you know? Get some fun.
Do you have the transparent PNG? Can we like get you in the scene? Or
Or give it to the community.
Oh yeah, let's Give it to the community.
Oh my god, I hate you guys.
Best Facebook event ever.
We have to show them what we're talking about before they get it.
All right.
Okay, so this picture of me was taken a couple of days ago.
She looks homeless.
I look like a hobo, like a gypsy hobo or something.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just, I enjoy wearing hats, as you guys know, and this is just a scarf I was wearing because I was chilly. I wasn't feeling that well. And then Adam, who you guys met last stream, he came up with this image. And then after that happened, basically everybody in the company decided to hop on the bandwagon and decided to paint me in different situations.
Yeah. So to be clear, we have kind of a meme thing where we turn you into a transparent PNG, and you can just be like copy pasted into any picture you want. So if you guys want to Photoshop Deb and have a Facebook competition for it, be sure you say so in chat because yeah.
But yeah, there are just some really good ones.
Some of them are really good.
That was one of my favorites. Oh my god, I had flashbacks to The Revenant when I saw that one. That was terrifying.
I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, it was me in space. Like I'm not really sure.
Ying.
Me on Star Trek. Yeah. So lots of memes. There were actually more, but I didn't want to take up
that one. Yes, that one is my favorite.
Too much time. So, anyways. So yeah, that was me on Wednesday. Basically all day, people sending out different memes of me in different situations.
Yep.
To make fun of me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't worry though, it wasn't actually the arcade team. We were actually doing work. So those are from other teams.
All right. Yeah, I don't think these two contributed, but everybody else did. I think on my Facebook I've already got like over 100 likes on this stuff. So, and people who like never talk to me were like, "Oh my god, Deb," and I'm like, "Who are you?" It's pretty funny. Biochemical says that he or she would buy the Star Wars one.
Star Wars one.
I think that was the last one, right? Or do you mean Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Maybe the Star Trek one. Make it a shirt. Yeah. Kevin Fee says, want to try rapping with an ancient as the theme. Yeah.
No.
If you send me that script, I will try to rap it for you.
No.
Kevin Fee, send your lyrics to live@spaceapegames.com, and then I will read your lyrics. And I'll make these guys have parts in the rap, and you'll see it next week.
We worked so hard to keep Rival Kingdoms like very high quality, very on theme, very story, like the style and everything on point. And Deb's like, no, I'll do a rap. Don't even know why.
Hey, all bets are off.
Why do we even bother?
Yeah, please send your rap lyrics to live@spaceapegames.com because I really want to see these two.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, if I'm doing it, you're doing it too.
No.
Beatboxer, but
see, he'll
no, don't even do. Oh God. You give her an inch and she'll take a mile. You know how this works.
Yeah.
You should do it in German. German rap is kind of hilarious.
Yeah, German rap is good.
No.
It is actually.
No, it's not.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I lived in Berlin for 2.5 years.
Okay,
German
I'm
rap
German,
is not
so.
good. No, you're not. You're Canadian.
I'm German.
Please. German rap is not good.
It is.
No,
I
it's
think.
not.
But
then again, I don't think most rap is good, but German rap is especially not good.
It is. Okay. I think it is. It is good. Oh, okay. So the last thing that we wanted to tell you guys about was.
Where can we get the PNG? That's a question.
Yeah. Where can we get that PNG? Where can we get that PNG? Maybe we should have a Facebook event where all of you could edit Deb into
different memes,
fun and interesting scenarios.
That could be a good Facebook event.
Oh yeah.
That could be fun.
Oh yeah.
I'm willing to bear the shame because I've already done it here, so I might as well.
I mean, some of ours it couldn't be much worse than some of the ones we made.
No.
At least not the ones we were allowed to post on Facebook. So.
Yeah. Fair enough. So you see this Apocalypse Yow stuff. That is happening. Next week and the week after, it is Apocalypse Yow 3. So next week is going to be an event where you try to get into the Yow squad, basically. And then the next week is going to be when you face off against other alliances. I think I have that right. The Siege team is going to be on in a couple weeks' time. Maybe one of them will join next week just to give you a bit more details. But if you guys are Siege fans as well, then join us. For that, and of course join us for the live stream, whether you like Siege or not. It's always a great time. George is hilarious, and making him play for like 12 hours is always a good time because he goes delirious. And we usually have a bunch of people in the office join and hang out and make fun of us and stuff. So,
Oh, look, Tony's found the PNG.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'll consult with you after the stream before I do this.
Don't just do it.
Just do it. But yeah, so stay tuned for more info on Apocalypse Yao 3. And next week, for you guys who are interested in Transformers, Adam, who's a designer on the game, is also going to do a bit of Q&A for Transformers next week, because we wanted to dedicate this week purely to RK, because we know he had a lot of questions. So, yeah. What are you laughing at?
I want to put you on Taliesin now.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Great. I don't even know how you'd get a PNG to them. I guess like over.
We could just host it on Image or something like
I guess
that.
just put it anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere. Image hosting. It's really hard to find image hosting on the internet.
Okay, so maybe we'll put out the PNG for you guys. I'll let these guys handle that. Okay. Thanks to all you guys for tuning in. We had a great time. Thanks again to everybody who sent in feedback. We always like hearing it, even if we can't do anything right away. We do hear you always, and we try our best. All true. All true. Okay. We will see you guys next week, yeah?
Yeah.
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 All right. Bye, guys. See you soon.
Bye.